Welcome back to what should be episode 13, but is actually episode 12. Yeah!
We didn't have to mention that.
Good
But now
point.
everyone knows. You're letting all one person who listens to this behind the curtain.
I know, I'm sorry, but it's a lot of space back here. Please watch our podcast.
That sort of thing is to be avoided.
What, having all the space?
Yep.
Trying to get more people in here.
The Squarespace. If you would like to design a website...
Then go find someone who's fucking sponsored. But today, old-timey stuff.
Sort of.
Well,
In
sort
both
of.
senses. Like, they're kind of old, and
Wow.
they're
over
olden
almost-
times.
Gee, Robin Hood's over 10 years old.
Yeah? Yeah, bitch, I was watching this when I was a kid.
Merlin is not. It's 9
No.
years old.
I was surprised how recent that was. Oh, yeah, so it's Robin Hood and Merlin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what we do today. Not The Expanse and Dark Matter, as we promised.
No, because something went wrong, didn't it? Turns out they were both shiters.
Pretty much, that's what stopped us re-recording the episode anyway. Just like, neither of us really cared. And that's pretty much
And also-
that we had about 8 minutes of that recorded. Just,
Yep.
don't really like them.
And 8 minutes of us not giving a shit is 8 minutes too many.
Well, I mean, it's 8 minutes of us not giving a shit, and then about 20 minutes of me talking to myself.
We could release that as some sort of weird, modern art project.
Fill the gaps yourself. Tell me how you feel. And hope that it fits with the conversation.
Okay, so which of these would you like to talk about first?
The one I watched first, which would be
That would
Merlin.
be Merlin. Alright then. What's Merlin about then? If you
It's
can't already
about
guess.
Merlin, isn't it?
No way.
I know, but it's
I
got a
don't believe you.
dragon.
Only one dragon though. I can think of at least 4 other shows where there is more than one dragon.
I got stuck after Game of Thrones.
Me too. But let's continue.
Yeah,
Alright,
but this is
what
like
happens in Merlin?
Merlin origin stories.
Wait, hang on. You're telling me it's not Merlin with a big white beard and a blue hat?
I'm sorry you're disappointed, but you've seen it too.
Shut the fuck up.
But
I was
yeah, there's
set in
magic.
the scene, wasn't
magic. I like magic. It's not quite Harry Potter level magic, but it's alright.
I? Mm.
But
Oh, it's a bit
what I can
strong.
see is how that they would refine magic from Merlin's time, where he looks at stuff and it moves, to wands
Pointing
and
a
stuff.
stick at it.
Yeah. But it's also got some King Arthur stuff, I guess. That's alright.
I suppose you sort of have to if you're having a show called fucking Merlin and it's about Merlin whose mate was King Arthur. Probably safe to say you can have a bit of King Arthur in it.
Yeah,
It's
but
set-
Arthur's
it's
a
set in-
prick.
It's set in fucking Camelot, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, but couldn't they just have not had him in it and just gone, why would we have Arthur? This is Merlin's show. Because Merlin is a prick. I mean,
Yeah, I
not
didn't
Merlin
like
is a
him.
prick.
I
Arthur is a
didn't
prick.
like him. Well, I didn't like either of them, to be honest. I thought Merlin was a bit of a prick as well. There's a really annoying bit where he's fighting and he just turns into a bit of a prick.
Yeah, they're both
Uh,
not very nice people, but they make each other better in the end.
We assume. Those of us who haven't watched the whole thing. Have you seen the whole thing then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have you
Um,
not?
No, what I saw of Merlin is what you watch me watch.
Oh. Right. But you know the
'Cause, you know-
story.
Well, vaguely, yeah. I mean, you know that weekend where you came down and we recorded all those podcasts in the same room together? That was when I first saw Merlin.
We can just pretend we recorded that 8 minutes of just being angry together. No one's ever
Oh
going to
yeah,
hear
no,
it.
we did that. That was the one that we did record in the same place.
And then we were so annoyed that it didn't go perfectly that we were like, fuck it, we're never doing that again.
Yeah, we can't be trusted.
Instead,
in
we
the same
watched
room.
the Gilmore Girls.
Uh,
Coming to a
it's-
podcast near you soon.
It's a good show. Anyway, yeah, so Merlin, what happens? He turns up, he's in Camelot, and he's like, oh, hey, I think I can do magic. And then Uther Pendragon, who's Arthur's dad, goes, no, you will have it, no magic. Yeah.
I don't think he tells Arthur's dad, because that would get him executed.
No, he doesn't go up to him and say, hey, I think I can do magic, but he just turns up like, hey, I can do magic. Has anyone got a job?
Yeah, he goes to Gaius.
Gaius is a Roman name, I've just realised.
Yes.
Suspicious.
And yeah, so he goes to him and he's like, I can do magic. And he's just like, don't tell anyone. Also, don't do magic here. But practice. But don't do it. It's very confusing.
Even when I'm falling off a balcony and you saved my life with magic, please don't.
Within like 10 minutes, he's like, don't do magic, but cheers for making sure I didn't die.
Don't do magic ever. But then 10 minutes later, can you just like turn the telly off with your mind?
But it's... I like it. It's fun. I like magic.
It's quite similar in tone to Robin Hood.
It's sort of... Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a vibe of the late 2000s of just... Look how old we can make things look. But we've still put guardrails on everything.
I love that. I absolutely love it. Never before in like a period piece like this have I ever seen guardrails in a castle.
Spiral staircase, guardrail. It's dangerous.
Well, yeah, you don't want to fall off it like fucking Gaius.
Exactly. He fell through like a handrail, but we're saved by a magic moving bed. Which I think Merlin tries to deny moving the bed, and he's just like,
Motherfucker, please.
It's that's where you left it. How do you know you've never been here before? And 2, I think I know where I left my bed. There's also like an evil witch or something, I guess.
Some shit. Some singer turn up. Because Giles from Buffy is... Wait, isn't he Uther Pendragon?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's all like, oh yeah, we're having a party now, and I am paraphrasing. We're having this singer, and she's a really good singer, so let's try having a bit of a party, and then it all gets fucked up because she gets intercepted by that witch.
Yeah, isn't there like right in the beginning? Isn't there an execution like quite near the start of the show?
Yeah, it's for some guy who's been doing magic, or at least Uther thinks he is.
Yeah.
That's it, because it's his mum who goes, fuck you, I am the actual witch, you bitch, and then disappears.
Yeah, and then comes back and it's just like, murder. And then they're all saved by magic.
Oh my god, it's as if magic can be used by both good and evil.
There is a light side and a dark side.
So after all this, Merlin's just trying to fit in, and then he bumps into Arthur, who's bullying some guy. And he's like, hey, don't do that. And he's like, bitch, I'm gonna be the fucking king. And he goes, oh no. So then he gets in the stocks. That bit was good. The bit where he's in the stocks and the kid throws a tomato, and the kid really fucking throws the tomato. It's like, I'm gonna fucking take your head off with this.
Oh, but don't they have a fight after the stocks? Merlin and Arthur.
Yeah, that's...
And Merlin just uses magic.
Got those crap maces. It was a crap fight, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, I feel like swordplay isn't Merlin's strong point anyway.
It's definitely not Robin Hood's strong point either.
I don't think it's the BBC strong point.
No. Action sequences, not typically. It's sort of... These have the weird sort of feel of, Doctor Who about it, doesn't it? Like, they sort of know it's a little bit shit, but that's sort of the point.
I think it wouldn't be that fun if it was like a super serious... Like, imagine Arthur, but proper Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, actually, that'd be pretty cool.
I'm thinking of it.
Just in this first episode, like, it would be Ned Stark beheads the wizard, and then Merlin's trying to do magic to keep Arthur away from him, but Arthur's the mountain, and the mountain can't be stopped. And the dragon is either Richard Armitage as the Great Red Dragon, or Drogon.
It's two very different dragons. Oh, and then I know Merlin goes and finds John hurt in a cave.
Yeah, and like the CG for it isn't great for the dragon.
Well, then if
it's better than it could, but it's on like a BBC TV show budget.
Yeah, I mean,
and they've already spent a fuck ton of money on John Hurt.
But it's not too bad. I mean,
it probably has. I don't think it's aged well,
No.
But like it's still, it fits the show.
But I guess with Doctor Who and everything, you have a similar sort of, level of siege. Actually, probably a bit more for Doctor Who, especially now.
Yeah.
But like back in 2008, 2008. Where are we in that? That's coming to the end of David Tennant, isn't it? 2008. No, it's about the
around
middle.
there. Yeah.
No, it's about Oh no, it would be towards the end.
Yeah, it's definitely like Doctor Who levels of like special effects.
Which is good. It's good fun.
Yeah.
And the singer turns out, she puts everyone to sleep, and then I can't remember.
Well, yeah, and then
itself out.
and Arthur saves Merlin, and then like Uther's like, "Oh, you should like be friends or something." I don't know.
He makes.
He
Merlin
gets
his manservant.
Yeah. And then there's a magic book. Like any good young wizard or witch should have.
Yeah. Like, read this and then like.
Read this. Keep a secret.
Yeah,
Don't do too much magic, but do some magic.
Yes.
And
that's Merlin.
I enjoyed all 5 seasons of it.
I sort of enjoyed the one episode I have seen of it.
Not
it's
gonna
okay.
watch it all.
No. There's too many other things that I'm like, I definitely should watch. And then this
that's true. I watched this when I was going through like I don't know what to watch. Oh, this is on Netflix. Maybe I should watch that. After I'd already seen the last episode anyway. And I know the story of Merlin, so I roughly, like everyone knows roughly where it's going.
Yeah.
There's a lake and a lady and a sword.
And she flings a sword at him and he goes, ow! And then, I'm the king now.
Yeah, and then there's like the Morgana stuff of her not actually being a goodie. Who fucking knew?
No idea. Would you like to hear some trivia on Merlin?
Yes.
Because I gave you a smashing piece of trivia on Robin Hood, which we'll come to. This is for the first episode of Merlin, The Dragon's Call. According to Bradley James, it was difficult filming Merlin in the stocks because Colin Morgan is allergic to tomatoes. Would you like a second bit of trivia?
I would. Could it be something way better? I thought that was going to be because he's allergic to dragons.
Okay, I'm going to go for something that's shockingly different to that. When Merlin is in the stocks, the spectators throw tomatoes at him. However, tomatoes were not introduced to Britain until the 16th century. So, fuck you, Merlin. You got it wrong. Sit down, you prick.
Yeah, go talk to your dragon.
Go read a history book. Bell end.
Yeah, do you know St. George killed all the dragons? There's no dragons. What are you talking about?
Gaius is seen giving a sandwich to Merlin. However, sandwiches were invented by the Earl of Sandwich in the 1700s. Oh!
Where's all the trivia about how there's fucking handrails in a castle?
Oh yeah, no one's made mention of that. It's all like, oh look,
Add it. Add it. You can add trivia. Just like handrails weren't introduced until fucking the show.
Until I invented them.
Last Wednesday.
Morgana is seen wearing high-heeled shoes, which were not invented till the 15th century. This is... If anything, it just pulls apart the logic of the show and makes it less believable.
Yeah, I mean, where are these guys when I need them to point out that magic isn't real?
What? Huh?
I know. It baffled me, but I feel like everyone needs to know.
How do I edit this page? Because I want to put something about the fucking handrails.
I don't know. Are you on IMDb?
Nope.
Oh, you probably need an account. We'll sort that out after the show. We'll just add a bunch of stuff.
But try going to the Merlin wiki and hopefully I will have managed to put something about... What? It's fucking, you're going on about tomatoes. There's fucking handrails everywhere.
But
pretty sure there's a fire exit sign.
I've got this little, like, fire extinguisher buckets filled with sand.
Or just...
just full of cigarette butts.
Someone's on their phone halfway through.
Someone's down in the cave just like, oi, dragon, got a light?
Well, I'm a dragon. I can breathe fire. The fuck do you think?
I can't remember. Did they make the dragon psychic so they didn't have to make the mouth move? I can't remember if they did that or not.
That sounds familiar, but that could be...
That could be because I might have said it before.
Yeah, and it might have been...
It might have been not true or true.
What's that film where Sean Connery voices a dragon? Oh, what's that called?
I can think of one where
Sean Connery becomes a dragon.
Aragon?
Dragonheart, that's it. Oh no, they do move the mouth in Dragonheart. Dragonheart's good. I quite like that film.
I can think of Gary Oldman voiced dragon.
A dragon voiced by Gary Oldman?
Yeah.
I can't.
It's in the Spyro the Dragon, trash game on the Wii. Where Spyro's voiced by Frodo.
Shut up, he is not in Spyro.
Frodo?
Wait, you said Gary Oldman?
Yeah, and Gary Oldman.
He's in fucking Spyro?
Yeah. One of the new ones, though.
The Legend of Spyro?
Yeah, the one where they basically just went, you know what's a really good story? Lord of the Rings. You know who we got voiced in Spyro? Frodo. Should we just do Spyro the Rings?
Fuck me, David Spade. I never played that.
It's not very good.
We had Enter the Dragonfly, which was tough as shit. I didn't like that game.
Enter the Dragonfly is the first PS2 one, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, once it got off PS1, I was just like, these are not very good. Didn't enjoy them that much.
No, I agree. Anyway, we've strayed onto Spyro.
I always try onto Spyro.
Should we go to Robin Hood?
Yes.
Shit, I've lost my Robin Hood trivia page.
But that's the most important page.
Okay. I watched the whole first and maybe second series of this when it first came out.
Everything I've seen of this, you've watched me watch.
I didn't watch you watch it, though.
Yeah, but you did. I was watching you watching me.
I was watching you watching me, not watching you not watching me. I'm so confused.
I'm confused. My brain hurts. Let's talk about Robin Hood.
This show, it was pretty important, actually, this show, when I was a kid, because it sort of filled the gap that Doctor Who had left.
I think that's why it got that time slot, because it had the 7 o'clock on a Saturday time slot.
Yeah, which is where you want to be. Yeah, but me and my cousin used to watch this a lot. She was way into it, ridiculous. I think she wrote quite a lot of fan fiction about it at the time. We were kids, so it was really weird watching it again, because there were parts of it that reminded me of being that age, and I remembered the fucking smell of the ink on the book that I used to write my fan fiction in. So that was quite a nice little thing. Other than that, it's not great, is it?
It's really kind of campy.
2060. Yeah, it is really camp.
It's kind of some of it feels like a child has actually written the dialogue.
Yeah, some of it is a bit. It's a bit touch and go.
And
there was something really weird that happened with like the third series of it because, and I hope that this isn't too much of a spoiler for you, but at the end of the second series, he fucking dies.
Oh. That's weird.
I'm
not going to watch it, but because like it was really fun to watch the first episode for this podcast, but I have no interest in watching the rest of it.
I did like it when I was a kid, but like, if I remember that right, I'm pretty sure I remember that right. Like, he just fucks off. You go, no, do you know what? Done with this.
But he's in the third season.
Maybe it's the end of the third season then that he dies. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he dies.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they were
entirely wrong.
From what I've read, they were trying to set another character up to replace him, and then he dies.
My cousin Katie, if you're listening to this, you fucking correct me on this. I can't remember. I just remember there being a weird bit. I was like, well, what are they doing now?
And then it was never on TV again.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, well, never mind.
But yeah, so it's basically the story of Robin Hood.
Yeah, which is one of my favourite stories.
Well-known story.
Fairly.
I've been to Nottingham. It is not the same as Nottingham in this show.
I don't think I have been to Nottingham.
Yeah, there is way less crime in this TV show than there is in Nottingham. I believe. I was in Nottingham for like 3 days and I was really drunk.
I don't really remember a lot about the show, other than like a few little things. I remember he had a Saracen sword and a Saracen bow, and that he basically wore hoodies and shit.
Yeah, like I've been reading a bit about like some of the things that people have said about it, and they're just like, yeah, like some of the clothing's a bit weird. Like it was the same sort of thing that like people poked at Merlin for. Just like, oh, that wasn't really around then.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, that's fine.
Quite a modern take on it, I mean, and you know, literally. So
yeah, I mean, I wasn't overly distracted by what they were wearing.
Were you not?
No, not really. Because
I completely misremembered that. Well, I didn't misremember. I forgot that Guy Gisborne, who's our boy Richard Armitage, he's wearing a fuck off leather jacket. I forgot about that.
It's to hide the big red dragon tattoo he's got.
Yeah,
I don't think I can ever unsee him as the big red dragon.
The great red dragon. Come on.
No, he's the big red dragon.
Like Clifford the big red dragon.
Exactly. Richard the big red dragon.
Things that I really didn't like in this show. The bit where they're about to chuck Much off the tower, and he throws his sword and hits both the guards, and that knocks them out.
No, I mean, that was legit. Like, they did that for real.
It was a one-taker, was it?
Yeah. And, like, he threw an actual sword, and those men are probably dead now. But do you know the bit that possibly annoyed me most? The hanging scene where he's
openly firing. It's like, would fucking do something and stop him, you pricks.
Yeah, like he steals a bow, 4 arrows, doesn't miss once.
He's Robin Hood. Why does that annoy you?
But yeah, the fact that no one actually makes an effort to stop
him.
They're just like, get him, but we'll do nothing.
Get him in a minute. I mean, finish your tea.
Get him once he's let all those guys go. Once he saved fucking Viserys so he can go and try and sell his sister or whatever he does.
Just to be fair, the horses could do with a run. Let him get a little way ahead, and then we'll just chase him.
Yeah, but I mean, apart from that, like, it's a very fun show that I would have very much enjoyed had I watched it when it came out.
Yeah, I did really like it. And the sound effects of when he fires the arrow, I'd completely forgotten about that. As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh God! It's that sound effect that I loved when I was a kid.
Oh, interesting point. A lot of people did point out that he has little plastic like nooks on the end of the arrow.
Yeah.
Which is
I did spot that as well.
Periodically incorrect. Plastic was not invented until yesterday.
No way. That's
amazing. I know, I did it.
I've got. Would you like me to? I'll repeat to you the trivia that I found for this episode, which is the single best piece of trivia.
Yep.
This is for the episode "Will You Tolerate This?", which is the first episode of the first season of the BBC's Robin Hood.
Ironically, for the trivia page, just going like, for the episode "Will You Tolerate This?", the answer is no, I will not.
And I'll remind you, this is the only bit of trivia on the Robin Hood Wiki, which is about this show, right? This is the only entry under the heading trivia.
The only entry?
Yes.
Is everything else under goofs?
No, there isn't anything else. It's literally, there's a little synopsis of what happens, and it's not expansive, it's a couple of paragraphs. Then there's a cast list. Then there's the trivia. So this is that piece of trivia. This is the only episode where Gisborne is spelled Gisbourne.
As it should be.
That's it.
Okay, I've got 4 bullet points, one of which I've already mentioned. Robin Hood wields so-called Saracen weapons such as a recurve bow or a scimitar. Despite this misnomer... yeah, that's the one. The bow used by Hood in the series bears little resemblance to any Middle Eastern weapon. And is in fact of a Hunnish bow.
Oh, the Saracens just go, mate, I've never fucking seen this before, I don't know what you're doing.
Bullet point number 2. The costumes demonstrate a blend of period and contemporary fashion, often disregarding historical accuracy altogether. With one character wearing cargo trousers and wielding Japanese swords. Marion wears a shrug, a clothing item from the mid-2000s, and modern berets are also worn by the episode, worn by soldiers in the series' last episode. Harold wears desert battle dress uniform camouflage, which weren't introduced until 1962.
I love it. Even the trivia page goes, mate, they don't even know what they're doing.
This is Wikipedia proper.
Is it?
Yeah. The series often used modern turns of phrase in characters' dialogue, which would have made little or no sense in the period. Like, get a grip, for example.
Oh, my dad pointed out one of them, actually. In, I think, like, the 2nd or 3rd episode, there's a bit where the sheriff is waiting for something to happen. And he says, come on, tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. And my dad just went, when does he think clocks were invented?
I mean, I feel like we're kind of unfairly criticising this. Yeah, considering it paved the way for such shows as Arrow, with their use of bows and arrows and hoods.
It's decent enough. Like, it was a good campy Saturday tea time show when I was a kid, because Doctor Who wasn't on anymore. But it was great. I really liked it. And watching it again, I was like, this is a little bit shit, but, you know, it was nice to get a little hit of nostalgia.
Yeah, I think nostalgia plays a big part in shows that you watch when you're younger.
Yeah, definitely.
Because in the same way that I can sort of watch it and go, it's kind of a bit shit. Is this what happened to all the knights that came back from the Crusades? Probably not. Just Orlando Bloom rocks up, just like,
no.
But The Last Kingdom. Kingdom of Heaven.
Oh yeah, I've not seen it.
The Last Kingdom's something different.
I don't know what that is. I think we should do that. We should do like some in series 3, which we've just done a little bit of the list for. We should add in some stuff of things we used to watch when we were a kid. When we were a kid,
we've already done 2 of mine, which is
fucking
Power Rangers,
Saved by the Bell,
which never came out because we lost half the episode.
Was that the Spider-Man one?
Yeah.
That was good fun.
Yeah, that was kind of trash. That Spider-Man show was weird but funny, and kind of trash but weird and funny.
I loved it because I've never seen Spider-Man swim before.
But do you know that's canon? That show is canon.
What possible canon can that be?
It comes up in some comic about like the Spider-Man multiverse.
Shut up.
He's in it with like the big Spider Zord.
That's a joke.
No, it is legit in a Marvel comic. It is actual canon. Which I mean is hilarious. But no, I think Robin Hood would be good. Also, we should do a nostalgia show. But Robin Hood would have been good if I'd watched it when it came out. But I don't think it's something that I really want to go back and watch.
I wouldn't mind watching odd episodes, because I remember there's quite a good little arc where there's a character called the Night Watchman who just appears and manages to escape, like does similar things to Robin and then escapes from him, and he's trying to find out who the Night Watchman is, and that's quite a decent story arc. Other than that, I don't really remember a lot of it.
Oh, that sounds cool. Maybe I will go through and maybe watch some of like the highlights. I guess maybe that would be fun.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just wait for like characters that I know to turn up and be like, "Hey, I know you as an actor or actress. I will watch your episodes and nothing else."
Little John turns up at the end.
Yeah. But it's not Fry Tuck, so because that's David Harewood, and he's in things that I like.
Oh shit! He's in proper stuff.
Yes.
Wow, he has done a lot.
His mastermind speciality subject was Phil Pullman's Dark Materials.
Really? Do you know, I've never read them. I've tried reading the first one so many times.
They're so good. Read them in the wrong order and it's really easy.
Oh, okay.
I read the last one first and went, okay. And then read the first one and then the second one.
I might have to do that then. Again, we've strayed, but, never mind.
He was in Homeland. That's why he's famous. And also Supergirl. He's Martian Manhunter and Supergirl.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're not going to be watching this again?
Not all of it,
but
maybe some of it. Watch bits and pieces here and there. If you could compile a list of episodes that show off the 4 bullet points I mentioned earlier.
I will get my cousin to do it.
Actually, don't do that.
Delighted.
Ignore the first bullet point, because that's about bows. I'm imagining they feature quite heavily.
Alright, cool. I quite like this episode that we've done. I liked going back to something like this. So next episode, I'm going to let you introduce this next one, because A, I can't remember, and B, I've just realised what it is.
The next episode we are doing is...
We're doing our bit for the feminism movement, aren't we?
Yeah, it's the episode that's all about girls. They gossip and they Gilmore. And both shows feature Kristen Ritter somewhere in them. Which was my excuse to sneak these onto the list so that Joe would finally fucking watch Gilmore Girls.
Mate, how many episodes of this have I been saying, go and watch Love?
You said it for about 3 and then I did.
It was way more than 3.
I don't know. I wasn't counting.
It was. I think I've tried mentioning it in pretty much every episode we've done this year.
And you've succeeded. I think I brought it up in one because I was like, hey, guess what I watched? Love. It's alright.
I do remember that.
I've only watched the first episode.
Oh no, you've got to watch. We watched it like we started watching it before we went on holiday to Madeira this year, and then when we had nothing to do, we'd just sit in the hotel with Lisa's tablet and just watch it.
I watched all of Gilmore Girls in 2 weeks.
That's impressive.
It was in between last job and this job. I had 2 weeks and I was like, what do? I haven't got to move until like next Sunday. Gilmore Girls, all of it. So good. And I've watched it 2 or 3 times since. It's lovely. I love it.
I do like it. It's very good. But I wonder what we'll think of it next week.
Better fucking watch Gossip Girl and the rest of Gilmore Girls.
Yeah. Alright then. Let us. Maybe
Goodbye?
we should. Oh,
I thought you'd already gone.
do you know what I was about to say? Maybe we should get a proper structured end to the show. But do you know what? Nah.
Yeah. Fuck it. We done.